How's it going, Jack Tackers, and welcome back to another video for you guys. Today, I'm going to be doing my review for The Flash Season 9, Episode 12, which was titled A New World Part 3, Changes. And honestly, I enjoyed this episode. I thought it was decent. This is the penultimate episode, the second to last episode. I can't believe we're already this far into the season, and the show is going to end next week. It's bittersweet for sure. But yeah, I actually did like the episode. But I will say, I do still have some problems with it, and there are some goofy, kind of cringe-worthy moments in here, and we'll talk about that later in this review. But overall, it was solid. I think it was better than last week's, so there you go. But my main problem with the episode, again, Barry isn't in half of the episode. Although when he does show up, again, halfway through, he is utilized rather well. I do like, a lot of the scenes with him in this episode, of course, but yeah, it's just kind of weird, he wasn't in the episode for half of it. But yeah, I guess some people might view that as a bit of a nitpick because he does do some good stuff in this episode, and there is some good Flash action towards the end of the episode. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that whole Barry situation not appearing in the episodes. That recently, again, he wasn't in last week's episode that much, and as the Flash, that whole 6, 7, 8 episode stretch, he didn't even put on the Flash suit, I'm pretty sure. So it's just kind of strange. But, enough about all that. The episode starts off with Eddie and Captain Corber at the graveyard at the cemetery. And he creates another singularity, and that appears and basically sucks Captain Corber into it, which was kind of crazy, I guess. And then we find out Barry has been transported to 2049. And another problem with this episode is that when we see Team Flash, Chester, Allegra, Cecile, when we see all of them in 2049, they all look the same. The only character that looks different and looks like they actually aged was Iris when we see her at the end of the episode. So thank God at least Iris looks like she aged. But Cecile and yeah, Chester, Allegra, they all look like they didn't even bother. I mean, they didn't even really make them have a different hairstyle even really. Maybe Allegra, her hair looked a little bit different, but I don't know, man. I mean, that is, a decent, amount in the future. 2049 from 2023. They should look older, but, I don't know. That did kind of bother me. But anyway, Eddie goes to Star Labs to, he wants to talk to the Flash, and then he comes across Team Flash. And then we see Cecile from 2023 wanting to, they realize that she can project herself into her future self to see if she can help protect 2023 Barry, because they know that he's going to 2049 because Speed Force Nora told them about this. And basically, once she gets inside of her future self's mind, she wants to kind of leave because she doesn't like how her future looks, basically, with Joe, and she doesn't really apparently have that much of an interaction with him anymore. Not going to his house and that whole debacle. That was more of the side plot of the episode. I didn't really care about that much, but it was interesting, I guess, kind of. Anyway, then we see Nora, XS. She's possessed basically by the negative speed force, and that was kind of hot. I mean, but she tries to tempt Eddie to take the crystal, and that was pretty good, though. I do think, when XS was, possessed by the negative speed force, I think that's kind of exciting. And then finally, Barry reappears just before Eddie can take the crystal or anything like that. And then Barry realizes Nora is possessed by the negative speed force. I don't know if possessed is actually the right word, but you know what I mean. And then Barry and Eddie kind of reunite, and that was actually sweet. I actually did like their reunion in that house. I think it was Joe's house or something like that. And that was nice. Barry kind of thanking him for saving him, and I did like that reunion. And I will say that Rick Cosnet, the actor who plays Eddie, he was the best part of the episode for me. He actually had a pretty solid performance. I'm sure some people would say his performance was a little over the top, but I kind of liked his performance in this episode, I gotta say, and I don't know, I think I just like Rick Cosnett as an actor and whatever. So he was definitely the star of the show in this episode for me. You could really feel his pain and his confusion and just kind of his sadness in terms of like, well, we'll get to that later, but basically we learn in this scene with Barry and Eddie that the negative speed force has resurrected Eddie, so they want Eddie to be the new negative speed force avatar. And this Malcolm Gilmore person, it was like a fake life. And yeah, that scene where Eddie's kind of breaking down and like starts yelling at Barry, and he's like kind of being tempted by the negative speed force. And then we find out that Eddie's kind of mad at Barry for taking Iris, which is something that we've been wanting to see for such a long time. Whenever, you bring up the Cobalt Blue storyline, a lot of people are like, oh, it should be Eddie. And then, Eddie should be mad at Barry for basically taking Iris and all that. It was really good. I liked that, moment in the episode for sure. And I think Rick Cosnett delivered a solid performance, I gotta say. And then towards the end of the episode, you have Flash and Nora XS fighting, which was all right, I guess. And then Cecile come to the rescue as Virtue, I think she said her superhero name was. She's got a new superhero suit. I don't know, that's a little cringe, especially because she does like some weird Doctor Strange stuff. She's got like new powers or something, I don't know. And basically projects the negative speed force out of Nora. And then it's all good. Flash and Nora stop fighting. Which, that was good, I guess. I mean, apart from the weird costume Cecile was wearing, I wasn't super into it. And then Eddie visits Iris to say he kind of wants to get back with her, basically. And Iris rejects him, of course. And then Eddie finally embraces the negative speed force, and there's like that storm coming at the end of the episode. But we see Eddie glimpse inside the crystal, and we see Zoom, Godspeed, Savitar, and Reverse Flash, and Eddie finally becomes Cobalt Blue at the end of the episode. So I did watch the promo for next week's episode, and it looks pretty fun. This is kind of what, if you guys saw if I was the showrunner series for this show, I had, all the villains return. This is something like we wanted to see. We've wanted to see Cobalt Blue in the show for so long. We, kind of wanted to see all the past villains together. That would have been a cool thing to do. And they're freaking doing it. So, I'm a little excited, of course. This episode wasn't perfect, obviously. I didn't really like some of the Cecile stuff. That was kind of dumb. Don't like how everyone looked the exact same in 2049. And, I don't know. That was kind of just silly. And also Barry could have been in it a bit more. But apart from that, I did like the episode. It sets up a pretty good finale, which is a good thing. And again, Rick Cosnett was the highlight of the episode for me as Eddie Thawne. I really felt bad for Eddie in this episode, which is kind of sad. It's almost like, I don't want to compare it really to like, I guess I'll do it, but it kind of reminded me of, like Anakin Skywalker situation a little bit. He's embracing the dark side. Of course, it's not as compelling as that, but, I did feel bad for Eddie, is all I'm trying to say. And, I liked the episode. It was good. I just, do have a few problems with it. But I am looking forward to the finale, the series finale. I can't believe it. And it'll be good, hopefully. But let me hear your thoughts on this episode down in the comments below. What did you guys think of it? What was your favorite part? Let me know all that. And if you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, and check out my Letterboxd and Twitter down in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.